What's up everybody, my name's Big Cam and welcome back to another trailer reaction, and I knew this shirt would pay off eventually because it is time to eat peace, motherfucker, because Peacemaker Season 2 is coming out in August and the trailer just dropped yesterday, and I was debating whether to do a trailer reaction or not, or do an unboxing video to Saturday's video, but don't worry, we got plenty of weekends ahead. Unboxings to come, and tomorrow I'm going to try and get that Lego McLaren video out for y'all. But today we're talking about Season 2 of Peacemaker's trailer that looks pretty insane and maybe answers the question, why is James Gunn's second season of Peacemaker going to be canon to James Gunn's DCU, but why the first season was also canon to like Zack Snyder's Justice League, with the ending of, if you haven't seen, spoilers for Peacemaker Season 1, I believe Season 1 ends with Peacemaker walking out with like Harcourt in his arms and, you know, looking at the Justice League and telling Aquaman to eat a dick and saying that he fucks fish or something like that. So, but like I'm pretty sure we see Ezra Miller's Flash and Jason Momoa's Aquaman. So I believe at the very end of this trailer we'll answer the question, why and how is Peacemaker Season 2 going to be in James Gunn's DCU, and how that works, you know what I mean? But I think James Gunn's too smart for that to be a problem. He's like, nah, I got it, we'll fix it, you know, and he'll just write something clever, and then all of a sudden, bam, we're in the new Superman, you know what I mean? Because we also see in this trailer that characters from James Gunn's Superman, coming out in July, are going to be in Peacemaker Season 2. So James Gunn's DCU is starting off strong with animated. We had the Creature Commandos last year, but we're getting live action Superman in July, Peacemaker Season 2 in August, and then I don't know what's after that, but for the first two live action projects, it's like, hey, here's the movie that's going to set the tone for DC movies, here's the show that's going to set the tone for DC shows, and then we're going from there. We got Lanterns we know of. We got maybe Booster Gold with Kumail Nanjiani, which would be awesome. Maybe Clayface movie coming soon. I mean, there is quite a few things. Supergirl, right? Like, we just don't know dates and stuff like that. But as far as television after that, I mean, there might be the Waller show. They were talking about The Authority for a while. I'm really not sure what's next, but I'm fascinated to see this trailer. So let's get right on into it and start breaking it down, shall we?
They're gonna be doing backflips to get you to join.
Welcome, Peacemaker, or do you prefer Chris?
Either's fine.
Can you tell us a little about your skills?
I'm considered the finest marksman in the world.
The mic is off.
Yeah.
I am also proficient in hand-to-hand combat.
How many more of these do we have today?
Is that popcorn still here?
Love popcorn.
My buds are getting really big lately, so.
I have a variety of helmets.
This guy sucks.
Excuse me? Am I supposed to be able to hear you guys?
Excuse me?
You were talking about your butt and stuff. And also you said that I suck.
It is not funny.
Alright, so we kick off that trailer and we see that Chris, aka Peacemaker, is going to Crank Toys, which people of the Arkham Batman games know that name. I haven't played the Arkham Batman game in 10 years. What was that a reference to? The Toy Man? To something? I don't know. But here in this show, it looks like we have Maxwell Lord putting together a super team, and it looks like he already has Guy Gardner's Green Lantern on board and Isabella Merced's Hawk Girl. Hawk? Yeah, Hawk Girl. But they're like together, and my favorite thing about this is every time they cut to the shot of them inside the booth from Peacemaker's perspective, we just see like a light on the wall, and it's from the spotlight above shining on his helmet, and his helmet shining towards them. At first I was like, what is that? Why does it kind of move? And it's like every time he talks, the light is following his head, like it's a beam. But the Peacemaker toilet seat helmet is just hilarious. And John Cena tomorrow or actually tonight, is in Backlash in St. Louis, I believe, fighting Randy Orton for the WWE title. So I'll be watching this Peacemaker motherfucker wrestle tonight, but what a G. But I love Isabella Merced pulling triple duty last year she was doing what? Press for Alien Romulus. She was in The Last of Us, James Gunn's Superman, and Peacemaker. Like, that girl was busy, but shout out to Isabel Merced. I freaking love her. But they all think the mic's not on, and Peacemaker can hear everything that they're saying about him, and that he sucks, and they're like wondering how much longer the day is going to be, and Isabel Merced just wants snacks. She's like, is there more popcorn in here? My ass is getting fat. Good. But the way Guy Gardner laughs at the end, I'm like, oh god, what a nerd. I love Nathan Fillion so much. He's going to be the best. But on to the next portion of the clip.
I don't get it. We saved the world.
I thought everyone would finally treat us like heroes.
I don't need anybody else to just forge my own path.
You're living in the worst level of Grand Theft Auto.
I've come to the conclusion you suffer from a particularly severe form of toxic masculinity.
What?
The smash hit Max original series returns. Oh god, I love the end of that clip. I've come to the conclusion that you suffer from a practically severe form of toxic masculinity. And I thought for sure it was gonna flip around to Peacemaker, but no, it's Harcourt, friggin' James Gunn's wife, Jennifer Holland. Like, oh my god, I love Harcourt so much. But it looks like we're getting our team back together with, I forget the character's name, but she's Amanda Waller's daughter. We got Peacemaker, we got Diebeard, John Economos, we got Vigilante is his name, right? Yeah, Vigilante. He's awful, but he's so funny. But yeah, this is already looking like it's going to be hilarious from the director of Guardians of the Galaxy and Superman. Man, this show is going to be something else. But on to the next portion of the trailer.
Argus has been monitoring Peacemaker ever since Rick Flag Sr. was named director.
Does he know that I am?
Kill this time? Yeah.
Bring me Peacemaker.
Mexicali, you scan for any anomalies throughout that house. Pony Boy, don't let him out of your sight. Titties, I want you to take the front door. Encino Man, you take the back door. Got it?
Yeah, but not the fucking names, dude. You can't just call us that.
What do you think we are, fucking Berkeley?
I love the dude that played Leapfrog and She-Hulk is at the end of that clip. And he's like, nah, dude, fuck the names. He's calling them Encino Man, Titties, Pony Boy, Mexicali. Right? Like, he gives each one of their groups, like, a nickname. And that dude is from Grown Ups, the black guy. He's from other things, too, but I know him from Grown Ups the most. But, we also see that Rick Flag Sr. is running Argus, which I don't know what Argus stands for, but it's definitely an acronym. ARGUS, whatever. Advanced Recon Gyrating Uranus shit. I don't know. But Rick Flag Sr. is played by Frank Grillo, and I also forgot to mention that Maxwell Lord is going to be played by Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother, in that first portion of the clip where they're talking shit about Peacemaker. And Maxwell Lord is a weird character from the comics, but was played by Pedro Pascal in the Wonder Woman 1984 movie a few years back, and it was real weird in that movie. So I think this is going to be more of like a Nick Fury-esque, like running the organization, but like a shitty Nick Fury is what I'm guessing. You know what I mean? Like trying to put together a team, and rumor has it the team he's putting together are called the Super Friends or the Justice Friends. I don't know. But that clip was funny though, with him calling them, each member of their team, Pony Boy, Mexicali, Titties, and Encino Man. What? What a dickhead. But I'm pretty sure those are from what? Encino Man, what is it? The Outsiders, or yeah, right? But on to the next portion of the trailer.
We haven't always been great people. But
We are the 11th Street Kids. No one will ever break us apart.
So we do see Vigilante spying on somebody in a bush. Oh, so cool. Which I loved his character from first season. Him and Peacemaker together just are so terrible, but they're awesomely funny. I wonder if the little weird butterfly things will return this season. But we do see Eagly soaring into camera. We do see that the 11th Street Kids are back together, and I kind of love that, you know, like, and I don't know if I covered Peacemaker Season 1 on the channel or not. If I didn't, would you guys want to do a season recap before August, or would you like me to go episode by episode and break them down? I think it's easier episode by episode, and we get to talk about it a little bit more, but the longer videos do help the channel grow. So comment below, would you rather a Peacemaker recap video, or would you rather a entire season breakdown ahead of Peacemaker Season 2? Comment below your thoughts, but let's finish this last portion of the trailer.
You ready for the next adventure, pal?
Keep on keeping on.
Who the fuck are you?
Very interesting, that ending. So we do see a shot of Michael Rooker's character, who we had seen in a different teaser shot from the back, and we were all speculating it could be Michael Rooker, and we thought so because James Gunn puts Michael Rooker in everything that he does. And Michael Rooker's been in, I believe, Peacemaker Season 1, James Gunn's Suicide Squad, both all three Guardians of the Galaxy movies. But Michael Rooker looks to be playing some, like, Indian chief here, and he's, like, magical, and he's got, like, flame around him, and magic, like, colorful flame, and he's got, like, this red mark on his forehead, and like feathers and stuff draped off of him, and like crazy looking. But then the end of that trailer ends so interesting with Peacemaker, right? And they kind of cut to the title card, Peacemaker coming August 21st, and it's like, oh, that's the end of it. But then James Gunn, of course, has a little sneaky post-credit scene to this trailer, and it's Chris Peacemaker walking into his father's pocket dimension closet thing, and stumbling across another Peacemaker that has him at gunpoint saying, who the fuck are you? So to me, this is genius. Oh, it's not the same Peacemaker from Season 1, but it is, because we've seen in multiverse stuff that they can be similar, they can be the same, they can be almost the same, but with one drastic difference type of thing. Or they can be very different. They could be completely look different but be the same. You know what I mean? Like, if Loki's taught us anything, he could look the same. He could be an alligator. He could be black. He could be an old man. He could be a child. Right? Like, he could be all types of things. Or he could be like the President Loki, where it's almost him but a little bit different. You know what I mean? Or it could be Sylvie. It could be a woman version of him. Like, you know what I mean? So James Gunn's take on this, I believe, is Peacemaker in this season is from James Gunn's DCU. The other Peacemaker in this shot is from Season 1. In Season 1's Peacemaker is probably going to get killed by the other Peacemaker, or whatever happens here, and get sent back or killed. And that last Peacemaker will be killed or forgotten, and we'll just forget about that Season 1 and Zack Snyder's Justice League, and we're moving forward. And I'm sure it will just be a quick scene or a quick line, or it will be a whole big part of the season. Either way, I love that James Gunn isn't shying away from being like, oh right, Season 1's tied to this old shit, Season 2's tied to this new shit, like, how am I going to bridge that gap? He could have just ignored it and just let people go and figure it out for themselves, and that would have upset some people. You know, there would have been people that are like, well, I thought it was tied to this, now it's not. Well, how is it Season 2? You know, so him explaining it through the show's dialogue or scenes and activities in the show is genius. You know, I think it's a great idea, and I'm fascinated to see how it unfolds, and yeah, I can't wait for Eagly, I can't wait for the 11th Street Kids. Oh man, now this show's, I haven't seen the show probably since Season 1, which came out, what, 2022, 2023? So it's easily been a few years since the show, and we're getting John Cena in his tighty whities again, and I absolutely love this show, and I can't wait to get back into it. So once again, comment your thoughts on this trailer below. Comment your thoughts if you would like to see a full season recap video, much like the Daredevil recap for the Netflix seasons of Daredevil, or would you rather see episode by episode breakdowns for the Peacemaker? But thank you guys so much for joining me for this trailer breakdown and reaction. This looks awesome. In James Gunn we trust, so I can't wait for Superman. In July is going to be a huge month for movies between Fantastic Four, Jurassic Park, and Superman. Going to be an insane summer. But stay tuned. Join me later this summer for those things, and stay tuned for more videos coming your way talking about James Gunn's DCU, breakdowns for The Last of Us on the channel now, and/or for the Star Wars and The Last of Us fans. I'm sure there will be another Marvel show. We just did Daredevil Born Again, Ironheart coming up soon, so stay tuned for all types of nerdy content, weekly nerdy news, Monday morning podcasts, Comically Boston podcasts on Mondays. Go check that out. Stay tuned. And if you would like to hit the bell so you don't miss the notifications for those videos, I would highly appreciate that. And if you've made it this far in the video and you'd like to support me, best way to do that is following my other social medias down in the links below. Liking this video, commenting below helps a lot to engage the algorithm. Hitting that bell so you don't miss future videos and you get the notifications. Once again, my name's Big Cam. Thank you guys so much. I will see you beautiful people in the next one. Peace.